Yeah, morning, everybody. Welcome to Daily Digest with Jimi Disu. This is the first of the week, and today is a public holiday. You guys, I envy you. You're at home relaxing, having your coffee, your tea, your yam and egg, your toasts, and some your ewa going. But I love ewa going with gari. When you have ewa going with gari, a nice block and sugar in the gari. It gives me a full trip. Okay, morning. We'll take it nice and easy today. What we're going to do is our own contribution. Is the daily digest and Jimmy Disu contribution to the fight against domestic violence. I've done a lot of that, but I will not relent. I've had opportunity to talk to many victims. Some of their experiences you cannot even play back on radio. Um, and I have zero tolerance. Zero. No excuses. The only excuse I'll take, the only way I would encourage anybody to stay within, a domestic violence situation is if the aggressor has decided to go for counseling and so on and so forth, or something. If once he can go for counseling, and that will be it. Right, so I have Olumide Omoshebi here. Of course, you all know him. That's all he does. Well, one of the things he does. He's also a lawyer. I we call him barista Tumoye, So I'd like. He's done a lot of it, a lot of advocacy in the past 1 week. But I told him his advocacy cannot be complete unless he also does a bit of it on this platform. So I'm going to run through this with him. At some point, we'll be calling one or two victims, and you'll be hearing this. One is on air already. Olumide, can we just deal with this victim, this lady, once and for all? Then we'll start talking after that.
Okay.
What's his name? Hello, Zakas, madam. Good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Dorcas, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
How are you today?
Very, very well. I'm doing well.
You're doing well. Yes, I'm glad it shows in your voice. Yes, I heard that you were a victim of domestic violence.
Yes, I was.
Would you like to tell us a bit of your experience?
I was married 2008.
Yes.
About till 2014. So that's roughly 6-7 years. And it was such a traumatic experience. We had fertility issues, and which bothered a lot on my ex at the time, and he wasn't willing to give himself up for medical attention. So that's where the struggle started, and then became more of a psychological issue for him, which now transformed into us having domestic violence issues. Everything became very touchy. Every issue we couldn't dialogue any longer, and then it became, a fist. The head of it that led to the breakdown of the marriage actually was when he had traveled for a while to his family's place, and then he came back. I was on my way to work when he came. So I said, okay, let me quickly step to the office. I'll be back. There's food at home and all that. And like somebody who was under a spell or maybe a remote, I don't know, because he was just coming in and I was about going out. And just said to me that if you dare open that door and step out, you are a dead person. I still thought, I'm ready for work already. My bag was even already in the car. Let me go. I won't stay long. I will be back. You have everything that you need at home. That was the last I could remember that I said before I opened my eyes and I was already on the hospital bed.
What?
I was just being told that I passed out. Blood was gushing out of my nostrils. He had blue, black.
What was this?
He actually did that and called my mother to come and carry our dead child.
Oh my God!
Fortunately for me, my mom was around the corner. She was at the redemption camp praying when the call got to her, and we were living around Bega, Mole area at the time. So she quickly rushed down and then got me to the hospital. So it's quite traumatic, but I thank God today. I'm a survivor.
Okay, yes, but had it hit you before then?
Oh yes, we've had a lot of incidents that has happened prior to that.
I mean, physical incidents where he actually...
Yes, because communication had broken down. We could hardly communicate. one small thing, he will say, you are talking to me anyhow. I try to serve him food, he will say, it just gets frenzy. Since we made the discovery of the medical issue that we're having and the cause, it just couldn't sink that in.
Oh, okay. So when you went for medical examination, it turned out that the cause of the infertility was him and not you.
Yes, I'm not.
I see.
So that began
okay.
the
Now
journey that led into domestic violence.
Well,
marriage.
It's not an excuse, but it explains a lot of things.
In retrospect, I'm saying that now, but we had all the opportunity. It wasn't like when we discovered that was the end of the marriage. No, there were medical options for us to look into, which I was ready to look into.
Well, were you ready? Were you ready to?
Yes.
Wait 1 second. Were you ready to go through life not having children when you knew you were not at fault?
It wasn't even like it was a dead case.
Oh, I see.
We had medical options that we could take, irrespective of its own situation.
But you haven't answered. You didn't answer my question, though.
Okay, again, please.
Were you ready to go through life without having children when you knew you could have?
I made that decision. I was okay. I didn't mind.
You loved him that much?
Until that incident, my parents didn't know what was going on. I didn't discuss with anybody because I made the decision that whatever it is, I'm here to stay.
Did you think that if your parents knew, they would kick against it?
If my parents knew at the time when I discovered, because I discovered about 3 years down into the marriage.
Yes.
If they knew, perhaps they would have said, what are you waiting for? But again, my mother would not. My father, yes, but my mother is the prayer type who believes there's nothing prayer cannot do. Because even after they knew and we were going for medical, she just said, you people be doing your own. I will keep praying to God. I know there's no situation God cannot change. So those are the kind of parents I have.
Because I don't have much time. Are you married now?
Yes, I am remarried.
You're pregnant?
You said what?
You're pregnant?
No. You said, am I married now? I said, yes.
And I said, do you have a child now?
Yes, I do have a daughter.
Okay. So this has a bit of a happy ending. Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. for
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Moshebi, how are you? Welcome.
Fine, thank you. Good morning.
I heard throughout last week, what I found funny, I heard on your program on Saturday, very early, woke me up about how if you're not employed, you have no reason getting married and stuff like that. But let's leave that. Let's talk a bit about domestic violence. This one has a happy ending in the sense that maybe she's happy where she is now, and even for the guy, he probably can then decide to marry somebody who's had children. The question is, when we are confronted with these bare facts, or what appear to be bare facts, because it is likely that the guy probably is being told certain things that even that she might not even know. Maybe he knows that is a dead whatever. And then the psychological thing that goes with not having children and also not wanting to go for counseling from a professional because they'll tell you he has to go see a psychiatrist or something like that, Given her own case, what occurs to you? What are the perspectives you can take out from what she just said?
Good morning, everybody. I think that it should have been the opposite. When you know that you are the one incapable or having the medical condition, there should be some kind of empathy, some kind of humility, knowing that the problem is from you, not aggression. If I were to hear half of the story, I would think it was her that had the problem. That was why he was angry and beating her like, you cannot give me a child.
But something, 1 minute, I'd like to take you on just straight on. Also, it could be that the knowledge that he would have to go through and that he's the one who, whatever, could trigger something. So the responsibility of cases like that sometimes falls to her immediate environment. Maybe if she had called upon his elder brother or elder sister, because from the moment he was triggered, I think he needed some psychiatric attention. Yeah. Maybe he just couldn't take it.
I
It
think
was some kind of rebound.
I think when you look to your immediate environment to bear your frustration is a very wrong.
But he's not in any position to handle himself.
And she is not the cause of his problem.
No, you see, when things like this happen, logic is thrown out of the window.
Yes. But
And that's where family comes in. Look at it this way. He probably went through a state of shock of some sort.
Yeah.
So he is no longer able, at least within that period, he is not completely accountable to himself. This is where the family, because as Africans, we should be responsible for each other. That's the way we do it.
But now, if you want to blame a family, for example, if
I didn't blame.
No, okay. If
Not
you
lawyers.
want to,
He don't tabaru the case.
If you want to shift the responsibility on his family, let us suppose his parents are old and dead, and he is the firstborn. Is it that he cannot handle his own biological information? And there were options, and that is, I am so sure. You see, even when you have been diagnosed with HIV or AIDS, they tell you there that, you see, life is not over. There are things you can still do to prolong your. And his one was not even a short case. There were still options, and you just chose to bear down one form of animosity on your.
Okay, I want to take you up on that. Do people choose to be violent? Because what I hear 8 to 9 cases out of 10 is that these people at some point become repentant. I think it's a bit of a mental imbalance. You thump a woman all night, then at about 4 a.m. you start crying till 8 a.m. begging the woman. I've seen many cases like that. So the truth is, to what extent can we hold people directly responsible for their actions when it be like, say, something not correct?
Now, that will cause a very big problem. When
Yes.
you have people locked up in prison and you are saying they are no longer responsible for their actions. So now a thief can say, well, I wasn't responsible for my actions. Then, that is, you have to know that the moment you make excuses, when man is no longer responsible for his actions, and the judgment of God that we know would be based on what you have done, you have to make sure that man is responsible.
Which judgment are you talking about?
Well, for Christians, Muslims, most religions, they believe that you are going to account for all that you have done.
You can account for these things if you're sane.
Yes, so that...
Because even in case you're a lawyer, thank God,
Yeah.
so I know you'll take me to the cleaners on this. Even in some cases of murder, some people plead insanity.
Well, you see, when you are talking about some countries, in the UK one time, a thief broke into someone's house. The person fought back, and the thief sued the person that owns the house, and he won the case. When judgment becomes crazy, that you do not know the extent of your right anymore, that the lines are so blurred that someone will beat you and then say that I didn't know that and win the case.
Matthew, I'm not saying in all cases. Matthew, I'm not saying in all cases. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that is a ready-made excuse for anybody. But I'm saying that in cases where the person is no longer in control of himself,
then
what do we do?
The law makes...
I'm not talking about the law. What do we do?
I want to... You see, when you are married, the law is under the assumption that you are of a sane mind. That is why your marriage will be voidable the moment you are insane. They find out that you have some mental issues. You are not mentally capable.
If I want to divorce my wife, sharp, I'm going to motivate.
Yes, you just...
And that's it. I didn't know that.
And everybody will just know that,
Yes.
Baba is...
is no longer... Yes, because they have to protect her life. Because at that time, anything can happen. You are now a menace to society.
For you guys out there that are in some kind of marriage, you want to get out.
Just
say, what do you want me to do?
You're in trouble, sir, because they will quote according to Uncle Jimi Disu. He gave us survival tips.
We have another survivor. Okay, hello.
Is
an anonymous?
She lost the daughter to domestic violence.
Oh, she lost the daughter. Okay, so she's speaking anonymously.
Yes.
No problem. Good morning. Morning, madam.
Hello?
Morning.
Good morning.
Let me quickly alert you to the fact that we're going to take a break in another 5-6 minutes. So If we do take a break, just hang on. We'll take the break and then we'll come back to you. I hope you don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah, just manage for us now, It's these breaks that bring the whatever, so that the mouth can open and speak well. How are you this morning?
Well, I give God the glory.
Tell me your story.
Yeah, it's a pathetic one.
I know.
My daughter, who is late now, a year plus, was into a very abusive marriage.
Oh,
but
I see.
She so much loved this boy that she shielded all the abuses. But in a few occasions, I witnessed some, and both of them will come begging, giving one reason or the other. My daughter had, due to these abuses, she had many miscarriages. So the last miscarriage she had, because she has a child, she has a child with this guy, but subsequent pregnancies she had lost them. So the last miscarriage she had to tell the husband that, please, it's like I'm not going to make it. Make sure you give my child to my mom to take care of the child for me. But luckily, she survived the D&C. So she repeated this in my presence to the husband that, in case anything happens to me, please, give my daughter, let my mommy be the custodian of my daughter. Well, the following year, she got pregnant again, and she carried the pregnancy to term. And on the day of delivery, she delivered, but 5 hours or so after delivery, she passed on.
Wow.
But before she passed on, I think she felt that she was not going to make it. She said, Mommy, please take care of my children for me. I said, what are you saying? He said, no, please, I want you to take care of my children for me. And a few hours after that, she died. But 2 weeks before she died, because I went to stay with them, an argument ensued. And this guy, derogatively was pointing at my daughter and said, do you think that you did me a favor by giving me your daughter to marry? I said, what are you saying? He said, yes, I mean it. You didn't do me any favor by giving me your daughter. In the presence of my daughter. And my daughter wept and wept and wept. Anyway, because he's very manipulative, he begged again. 2 weeks after that, my daughter died. After her death, in his manipulative manner, he pretended as if he had repented. I was taking care of the children from that day until when the baby was a year and about 5 months. This guy had been coming, he would spend days with us and, pretended he had repented and so on. But the Bible says in Isaiah 26, verse 10, that even if you show kindness to a wicked person, that he will never repent. We showed him all kindness and everything. But
okay, madam, I'm sorry, I have to take a short break now. Okay, when we come back, we'll continue with the story. But you'll have to speed it up because time is our greatest enemy here. Please just hold on. We'll get back to you now. It's the Daily Digest with Jimi Disu. I have Akin Omoshebi. Olumide, sorry, Omoshebi in the studio with me. And we're talking domestic violence. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back. After Madame gives her story, we'll hear from Olumide. And then we'll also hear from you. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
080-8429-6796. That's 080-8429-6796.
It's time to hear from the next generation of Nigeria Info listeners. You can win 1 million naira in the I Beg to Differ tournament.
Hosted by Sandra Ezekwesili.
Are you between 13 and 17 years old? Do you live in Lagos? Are your debate skills awesome? Then go over to www.nigeriainfo.fm and register for the I Beg to Differ tournament. Entries close on the 20th of October, 2021.
Hello, moms. Come join the Molfix Happiness Movement. Get 2 free diapers in every twin pack and 4 free diapers in every jumbo pack of Molfix Air Dry Baby Diapers. Try Molfix Baby Diapers today and experience the dryness all mothers dream of. Do not be left out. Grab your share of happiness. Join the Happiness Movement. Molfix, growing up happily.
Cash Drive Independence Giveaway. Zero interest loans for Caronas in October. Cash Drive Independence Giveaway. Zero interest loans for Caronas in October.
Honey, what kind of malaria dream is this?
Dreams really do come true. Cash Drive is celebrating independence by giving out zero interest loans to car owners for 1 month only in October. What are you waiting for?
This sounds too good to be true. But there must be a condition attached now.
Yes, you are correct. The only condition is that you will have to drop your car.
It's not bad. We can manage my car for 1 month then. It's better than losing that your business opportunity.
With Cash Drive, you can also choose to sell your car and get paid 100% instantly. Whatever you choose, you get the cash you need. Apply now on www.cashdrive.co or call 0122-99954. WhatsApp 0817-555-6789.
Oh!
Cash Drive. Unlock the cash in your car.
Yo, so they call you a dance legend. One move, and you have their attention. Then, when you start to crumb to the beat, everyone goes wild, screaming for more. But only the people in your area know you. Here's your chance to move from local champion to record breaker. Let your dance skills take you and your crew to the top at the Globe Battle of the Year Nigeria Dance Competition, where you get to face off with Nigeria's finest. Grab your share of 84 million naira in prizes money and stand a chance to represent Nigeria at the Battle of the Year World Tournament. Go ahead, visit globebotynigeria.com now to enter. 84 million naira prize money, unlimited fame. Globe Battle of the Year Nigeria. Dance Unlimited. Yeah, Chief patron of today's pre-house warming party.
No be me be that. Status don't change. You see that mansion? He never ready.
But you received the Italian marble, French windows, mahogany doors plus
My brother, I have received them. I have paid for food, drinks, band, dancers, only to see crack for ceiling.
That's not bad POP be that. They know you Star Gyps.
Senior.
Star Gyps is made from natural gypsum that has excellent high strength after drying. It is also durable and lightweight and gives that smooth finish.
DJ, no Dorimi come here. The pre-housewarming party is cancelled. We are remodeling Ichok Villa with Star Gyps POP. Wham!
Star Gyps is affordable and available nationwide. Star Gyps, give your house the star touch it deserves.
Is it possible for someone to dash you a tear-rubber SUV with free petrol for 1 year? Or for your boss to pay your salary 4 months in advance? Or for your landlord to give you 70% discount on your next rent? Is it even possible for a bus conductor to allow passengers enter without paying? Some things may be impossible, but on QuickTeller, everything is possible. Like shopping from over 100 international stores on QuickTeller Global Mall, paying your estate levy, toll gate fees, buying event tickets, funding your betting wallets, sending money, paying electricity bills, school fees, buying airtime, everything. Download the QuickTeller app or visit quickteller.com to make that payment now. QuickTeller, everyday payments made easy.
Would you like to win what you have to do to win? Well, I guess you're going to have to stay tuned to find out. Every day for the next couple of days, 100,000 Naira will be given out on this station. Stay tuned to find out how to win.
Yeah, you're welcome back. Madam, are you still there?
Hello?
Yeah, okay, you're still there. Thank
Yeah.
you. Okay, you can continue your story, but you have to wrap it up quickly because time is of the essence.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, he came and took the children away,
Yes.
and he promised that he'll be bringing them to visit me, and I was that I was free to visit them. But he never kept to his own promise. I visited them twice. The third time I went there, he went berserk. He was as if a mad fool. He started screaming, "You are not wanted. You are not welcome in this house. You are not welcome in this house. Nobody recognizes you. Who are you? I don't know you. Don't ever come here. You are not the mother of my children."
Okay, madam, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Did you, your family, or his family get a sense that there was an issue of a mental imbalance in this gentleman?
Not at all.
With all what you said he had done, surely I would have expected that maybe you or some member of your family would have visited his family to say that, look, we have this is what the kind of thing I was discussing with Olumide, and I say again, not in all cases. But in this case, from what you have said, it really does show that there was some mental imbalance. It did have some mental issues.
Rage problem, that he has a rage problem.
What rage problem? Why would he, if he gets to the point where disrespecting all what you have gone through, and even your age and the fact that you are his mother-in-law, he'd be shouting at you and so on and so forth, that's a mental imbalance. And that is why I say that we have to learn to be our brother's keeper. In some cases, not in all cases, the accused, let's just use that word here, for want of a better word, I'm a bit slow this morning. The accused person we are talking about might not be completely mentally okay. But I'm also surprised that the issue didn't come up between the two families. Anyway.
Yes, well, the parents are late, though even when they were still alive, they never treated my daughter well at all. I was even thinking that after this birth, I said no matter what, I was going to pull her out of that marriage, whether she liked it or not.
But didn't you see any signs before your daughter married this gentleman?
Oh my God! I said he's very manipulative. He was so nice. In fact, he will go open door for her, the car door for her to go in, and so on and so forth.
All right, madam. Thank you very much. I'm sorry.
No, right now, my problem now is that I don't know how to get to my grandchildren.
A lawyer would have to advise you on that outside this program, really. I would suggest you go to a lawyer, let him tell you... One second, please. You go to a lawyer, let him tell you what your rights are, okay? And also contact members of the family. So there are two sides, either legal or whatever. But you'd have to get a lawyer to do that. Okay, madam?
Okay.
Sorry. I need to ask Olumide some questions, and I have just 10 minutes more.
Okay.
Thank you very much, madam.
Thank you.
Now, Olumide, very quickly, in 2 minutes, what's your perspective as to the story that you heard?
Well, I'm familiar with the matter. The problem is that when people see signs of abuse
early enough,
I call marriage the celebration of a successful dating process. So it is not the marriage people should be looking up to as if successful. It is the dating, because you cannot have a bad dating process and have a good marriage. You must have a good. It must have. You must have all the dating is just getting to know the character of the person you intend to spend the rest of your life with, and then knowing what you can handle. When you see violence, I think violence is not when you see people that are verbally, you see, it's called domestic violence and abuse. The violence is the physical part, abuse is the verbal part. There's what you call emotional abuse, psychological abuse, financial abuse. You need to, when you see these signs, you need to, it's not compulsory to marry that person. Once you see it, you leave. But then when you now, as people are deceptive, like she said, the guy was opening the door and all that. But when you now get into marriage and you see that the person you dated is not the person you married.
I have a bit of a dilemma according to major religious doctrines, and that is that a man and a woman shouldn't really be together, if you get what I'm saying. Remembering that this is daytime, that they shouldn't be together, they can't sleep over, and so on and so forth. How do you get to know somebody very well if you don't as much as spend critical time together?
You called it, it is a religious, it is based on their religion. Not everybody is a Christian. In fact,
I didn't say Christian, I said religion.
Okay, I think the Christian religion is the one that says that there are some people, there are some churches that, you know, you can't even, they have to supervise your visits. You can't go to see them alone. All these are doctrines.
In some Islamic term practices as well.
Yes, aha. But when you are going to marry someone and you don't really know the person, I think it's time people just moved away from doctrines to listen, let me know this person. There's lots of surprises.
Are you saying they should defy doctrines?
It's called a doctrine. What is a doctrine? It is someone's someone's interpretation. A doctrine is just one person's interpretation and he preaches it. So doctrine is not divine law, it is an interpretation. Someone.
Well, does the divine law allow you, for example, to sleep with a woman overnight and so on?
Let me go to the Jews. The Jewish custom, when you see a lady and probably you like, you approach the family of your family approaches their family, and then, you know, with the agreement that this is the one that we want, and then they say, okay. Then you are now given about 6 months, 8 months for both of you to court. Then after, you will come back to say, are you still interested after this? And that was what happened in the time of Jesus Christ when they were betrothed. You are to, spend some time together. You are to get to know each other. Then after that process, it could be 6 months, it could be, you will now come back to the family and they would ask, are you satisfied with what you have seen? They allow you get to know each other. They allow you get to know each other. But the moment someone is getting someone and then characters are hidden, you don't really know who this is, then they now just release you, binding you together in marriage. It is just, it's
so
funny.
Part of the fault probably lies with the processes that are legitimately available. I'm using these words guardedly.
Yeah, I can say.
Legitimately available, by which, so you would encourage that. I mean, spend time together. If you have discipline, enough discipline, you might not go the whole hog, but at least spend time together. Would it help if you lived together for a month or two?
Well, in Europe, there's what at times you're allowed to live together, but because of our morality and tradition here. Now, I'm not saying that you must get physically intimate, that is sexual relations, but get to know the person.
Well, you do find some people who say that you might as well do that, because there have been cases where marriages where
they are sexually incompatible.
The incompatible is manageable. Sometimes it's that the guy could be gay, the lady could be a lesbian, and you never knew.
Oh yes.
Yes, there have been documented cases like
we have three
like that.
This year. We've had
so
three.
You've had 3
this year. Yes, that the wife just found out that the husband is gay. He was always asking that would she mind, after marriage, that his birthday wish would be, can somebody join? And she was thinking, okay, maybe he wanted another woman. So on the birthday, this was the second year, she was
Kidding
thinking,
me.
okay, let me just give him what, and was thinking to invite another woman, just let me just satisfy, that my
Yeah.
husband. And when she said, okay, for the birthday, she has talked to, he said, no, that can another guy.
It's not Sumbo he's talking about. It's Akin.
Is Akin. And then she was like, two men would now be with me, sleep with me. The woman said, no way. She said, no, they don't have to, that she can just watch. That was where she knew that. She now started hearing, it was then she knew her husband was really gay, and he got married because of pressure.
Some you find that for months is not consummated. The woman is too embarrassed to raise an alarm.
Oh, there are some that the man is even impotent.
Yes.
And, he was able to hide under the culture that, listen, no sex before marriage would. Then after marriage, wedding night, nothing. This one, nothing. He would say he's tired. Yeah, I think I discussed one like that. He's tired. And, 2 weeks after, the mother asked the daughter, is everything good in that? And she said, Mommy, nothing has happened, though. And Mommy said, why?
Okay, I have just about 4 minutes left. I need to take a call.
Sorry, Uncle Jimmy.
Yes.
So courtship really does not stop anything from happening.
How do you mean? Please explain.
So when a man and a woman during their courtship, they're supposed to get to know each other better.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't really. It's not a foolproof that they can actually know each other better during courtship.
How would I put it? I think that the knowledge of the entirety of the person should be in that process of courtship. Because, firstly, if you are to truly be in a relationship, not a long, some people long distance relationship that is powered by network, no relationship. When you are with somebody, there are things you would find out.
Yeah.
You will see it. People that resist intimacy, you might want to hold them, you might want to hug them, they shrug you off, little, they are afraid of certain emotional displays, they talk, you would notice that there is something wrong. But there are some, on the other hand, that you would not see a sign. But then you now get into marriage and find out that this and that and that.
Okay, I got to take a call. You guys can have a lecture. But you sound...
It's coming on my show tomorrow.
Oh, okay, so you can continue from here.
Yes.
But you sound so concerned. Oh, I forgot you're married. I'm sorry.
No, say what you want to say.
I'm not saying anything. You can
now.
You can continue tomorrow.
Say it now.
Pick this call. Oh, dear me. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Let's take another one. Hello.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Morning, who's calling?
Thank you very much. Good morning to the guests in the studio there.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Yes, I think the major problem a lot of people have in marriage is because they hide under the guise of religion.
Yeah.
And many a time they do not carry God along in their marriage plan.
Yes.
They believe in societal norm. And when there is challenges or problem like that, they do not know how to handle it. But I think the best way to do, because marriage was instituted by God, and we should carry him along in all of the marriage plan. With that, we will have a successful marriage.
Okay, thank you, sir. Let me quickly take another one. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello, Uncle Jimmy.
Morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Pastor Ladipo.
We know her.
Calling from Morilegom.
We know.
Uncle Jimmy, I looked for you on Saturday. I didn't see you. That is by the way. For me,
I dodged the bullet.
For me, I believe marriage is understanding. Minus religion, the most important thing in marriage is understanding. If both couples understand themselves, whether dating time or when they are into the marriage, they will know how to manage whatever that comes in. Thank you, and God bless Nigeria.
Okay. I'll have to knock it off here. Can I squeeze in one call? If the person will stick to 1 minute. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, sir.
Okay,
In the
quickly.
studio.
We're rushing
See,
for time.
I think all these people doing marriages, dying married, they need to start arresting all of them.
Okay, thank you. You made your point. Olumide, thank you very much. The takers are around the corner. This discussion is going to continue tomorrow, not on the Daily Digest, but on Morning Crossfire.
Yeah.
And that will be at 8 o'clock. Okay, Olumide and which of the names?
Just pick one.
Kikere.
Which one? There's Dimeji. There's
Dimeji. There's
Athanasius.
Athanasius. Okay, and Athanasius. They will continue this discussion from where we stopped. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes. They'll
Yes, we
continue
will.
this,
We will.
but I won't be there. I must go and pay homage down the corridor. So that's what you'll have tomorrow. Olumide, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having me.
It is one of these days I'm going to bring you back to hear your experience, how you got involved in this advocacy, because it is I can see it's a very strong passion in you. Do you have time to practice law itself?
Well, I'm more in consulting. I have not been because of these issues.
These issues.
Yes, I have not been.
I must find out. I would like
to.
to know what actually inspired you into all this, and to know if you earn a living from this.
Actually, I don't.
I don't. You're
we
probably
don't have
spending more of your own
yes,
funds.
I spend more.
That's why we'll knock it off today. Thank you very much, Olumide. And thank you very much, Oga Kikere.
Yes,
thank you
sir.
very much for assisting me.
Yes, sir.
As usual.
Yes, sir.
We'll
Go on.
We'll be back. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and we have Dear Bumi. Ironically, the lady who's going to take on Dear Bumi tomorrow is also going to take on a program on Thursday. It's going to be a guest on Thursday where we'll be discussing etiquette. Simple everyday etiquette, which seems to have run away from our lives. Simple etiquette. Etiquette has to do a lot with sensitivity. We'll talk about all this tomorrow. So all this on Thursday, but tomorrow we'll have Dear Bumi. And on Friday we're going to have one of our sports people here to talk about this disgraceful video that I saw of basketballers accusing the sports minister of whacking their money, not being able to account for some of their monies. He has been accused. I didn't say he's guilty. So thank you very much. We'll be back again tomorrow. The takers will be in the studio any minute from now. Usually they come in one after the other. Taker 2 shows up first, then the king of them all, Taker 1, he comes in. And they leave Taker 3 at home so that he can let them get the work done. But that's my friend. In that couple, it's Taker 3 that is my friend there. 2-year-old son. Oh, happy birthday to Omani Oshadare's daughter. She turned 1 yesterday. I'm still waiting patiently for the birthday cake to be ferried across the lagoon from Ikorodu to me here. But happy birthday to one of my granddaughters. And happy birthday to her, darling. I wish you all the best. So that's where we'll end it for today. I'll see you all tomorrow at 9. Bye.
.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.